My name is Jalen Bain and I'm the first responder. As I first stepped onto the crime scene, my attention was immediately drawn to the two bodies and the amount of blood spattered next to the entrance of the room. After first reviewing the crime scene, I then informed my team the method we would take in order to search the scene for evidence. We will begin by breaking up the room into 4 quadrants and operate with teams of 2 starting on opposite sides of the room, searching the room by those zones and alternating in order to find any evidence. I will take note of any evidence that my team members find and determine the links and correspondences that the evidence has in relation to each other. During the search, me and my team found a trail of footprints which seemed to be consistent with a pair of UGG shoes. Also, my team found a bullet entrance wound through the back of victim A's head and an exit wound which I can connect to the blood and brain spatter close to the entrance of the door. Because of all the blood found on the entrance of the room, me and my team went through the cabinets close to the body of victim A, in which we found a hammer covered in blood, possibly the murder weapon. My team and I also discovered a sample of hair that resembles a kinky hair type. I will pass on this hair evidence to the forensic scientists in order to further determine. Also discovered on victim A's person was a bracelet with the colors consistent of pink, blue, and green. Also found on the scene was a shell casing corresponding to a 9mm bullet. Now moving on to victim B. Discoloration around the neck of the victim consistent with bruising was found. Also found on victim B was the color of the victim's eyes. They seemed to be bloodshot red, possible signs of asphyxiation. My team also found a sweeper jet which could signify that the victim was cleaning at the time of the incident and was possibly caught off guard. Next, me and my team used the black light to determine if any other evidence could be found. While using the black light, a message reading "Thanks Dad" was discovered on the inside of the entrance door, written in blood. And also while searching the body of victim B, a mark was found on the forehead which could relate back to the hammer that was submitted into evidence.
It did happen. So did something trigger you to feel as if you need to get him out your life?
Yes.
Seeing that, your boyfriend wasn't in danger with anybody, right? So, if your boyfriend wasn't in danger with anybody, and he's currently just passed away, can you come with any solution of why would he be dead now?
Well, I did kill him. I killed him and I killed my father. My boyfriend, okay, I walked in on them arguing. My father's a janitor. I walked in on them arguing. And he had a hammer, and he just hit my father in the head with the bat. But the thing is, I didn't kill him. It was my auntie, Scarborough. She killed my father. Because, that's the person who comes out when I'm angry. So.
Wait, before you go, did the hammer come, did he hit your father with the hammer first, or did he
hit my
choke
father
him
with
first?
the hammer first. And then I went down since, he's small. I wanted my revenge. Well, Stark wanted her revenge. And then I choked him to death. And then my boyfriend, he got scared, he was dead. So he put the hammer in the cabinet. And he turned around. And I took that as a chance to kill him. So I grabbed the gun and I shot him in the head.
Where did you get the gun from?
I just had it. I was planning on doing it, but I just never did it. I can finish it. And so I killed him, and then I sucked. That's the kind of stuff.
Let me ask
But
something.
I didn't mean to kill him because I just wanted my revenge because I was getting depressed and I just wanted to kill myself because, I went through so much in my life with a lot of trauma and my issues. And then my boyfriend hurting me and my dad hurting me. I just couldn't take both of them. So I just found that was the best solution to get out of it.
Alright, so your boyfriend initiated all of the violence, right?
Yes.
And then you just went. Alright, so going back to the bracelet. You said you gave your boyfriend a bracelet, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Down for your boyfriend, right? 100%, right?
Yes.
Alright. So you said your relationship with your boyfriend, is it the best? Like, how, as of lately, it hasn't been the best? Do you love him? Did you ever love him?
Yeah, of course. Beginning, no, not anymore.
What happened that made you fall in love with your boyfriend?
Well, he molested me when we was dating. He started molesting me and hurting me.
I know, so most people tend to get in a relationship with people that's like similar to their parents. Was this a recurring issue that you had?
Hello? There's been a murder in bloody America. Now we're cooking. At first, I found some bloody Uggs. Prints didn't match the other shoes. I found a cheeky little black necklace. I found some little bracelets. Needless to say, I found a shit ton of blood. The younger of the two victims had his headpiece absolutely obliterated. It seems the lad got hit with a 9mm. We found a sneaky little hammer in the cabinets. And me and the boys used a black light to find the damage that hammer did. Boy, at first I thought these markings were made with feces. But the boys told me it was made with blood. But we got a bloody hair sample and not of that damn broomstick. Brought it back to a microscope and saw green kinky curls. I looked at my buddy Torin spreadsheet and it told me all I'd need to know.
I'm Tony Campbell. I am the forensic architect on this case, and here's the recreation of the crime scene. Now let's get into how they died.
The father was hit in back of the head in his occipital lobe, which can lead to difficulty with locating objects in environment which made him fall to the floor. He was then choked to death. And we know this because his eyes were bloodshot red, indicating signs of asphyxiation. The boyfriend was shot in back of the skull, which it damaged his cerebellum, which controls balance for walking and standing, and other complex motor functions.
My name is Carla Williams, and I am the forensic psychologist for this case. The suspect in question and concern is Nevaeh Haspel. As portrayed, the murder involved two people being murdered, Nevaeh's boyfriend and Nevaeh's dad, two suspects, Nevaeh and her boyfriend, and only one person currently alive, Nevaeh. Now, based off of my observations of the suspect's forethought and precautionary measures put into play post-murder, the way that the murders happened and the outcomes and the behavior traits during any interviews that we did, based off of all of those, I would conclude that our suspect for this murder case is a psychopath, may have borderline personality disorder, and is a pathological liar. For being a psychopath, the behaviors that were observed were the impulsive behavior portrayed before killing her boyfriend, the aggressive behavior shown in the way that the victims were murdered, and the disregard for others in the way that they're impacted by her actions. The BPD, borderline personality disorder, behaviors that were observed were the fact that the name and persona provided by Nevaeh was Scarlett. When I asked about who killed her boyfriend, Scarlett is the person that comes out when Nevaeh is angry and does bad things, thus denoting a clear sign of a borderline personality disorder. The behaviors observed for being a pathological liar were, during the interviews, upon the suspect being asked about the relationship and connection to the victims involved, her answers would either refer to questions that were not asked, be answered with a change of detail, and comfortable body movement, or clearly stating things that are clearly a lie.
Let's talk. So, seeing that this is a crazy scene to happen, I am recommending 2 first-degree murder charges for the cruel Nevaeh. Can we get an amen to that? Amen. I say she should be charged for the first-degree murder of John Doe, aka the boyfriend, and the first-degree murder of Anthony Haslett, aka the father. Now, Judge, listen out to me. I'm here. I'm here because I want to justify my reasoning, and you will see that soon. But I'm willing to argue that our person could be a second-degree murder for the killing of John Doe. Now, the dad, that's definitely a first degree. And yeah, I'll admit, there is something wrong with Nevaeh. She has been going through some things, but there's always a legal justice room, so you can always go speak out to somebody, like the police. Now, let's get into my reasoning for this. My reasons for saying this is very justified. The reason, one, I think that this is definitely gotta be handled with true cruelty. It's because the murder of Anthony Haslett was handled with true cruelty. The murder of John Doe was handled with true cruelty. Imagine going to help your girlfriend and then turning around, she shoots you. Exactly. Now, for her mental sake, Nevaeh is definitely a psychopath. Nevaeh definitely probably faced PTSD. But you know one thing she didn't face? Schizophrenia. I do not think Nevaeh has schizophrenia, which is probably your main point of thinking, oh, let's throw this out. She was in danger. Star was in danger. No, I'm not trying to hear that. I asked Nevaeh, did she love her boyfriend ever? She told me no. I asked Nevaeh, did she plan on doing something to her dad? She told me yes. She told me she knew she was doing something to her dad. Not Star, Nevaeh knew she was doing something to her dad. Somebody that premeditatedly planned to kill somebody should be thrown under the jail. Now, let's look at the evidence that was laid on Anthony. Now, we saw that he was strangled by the neck and hammered on the head. So not only did you hit this man in the head, which he possibly could have bled out just from that, you went to get him asphyxiation by the choking. We see it in his eyes. We see that there was definitely some type of struggle because there was blood scattered everywhere. We saw the blood on the back of the wall, which means he was trying to fight back. But no, you and John Doe had the other plans for him. You saw that he fell out, and you decided to choke this man out. You, Nevaeh. Which means you really wanted this. Then you got up and decided, you know what? Let's finish it off by killing the boyfriend. That's done by a cruel person. Cruel people should not get any justice. She deserves to go under the jail. So, I'm recommending a first-degree murder for Anthony, and I'm recommending possibly a second-degree murder for John Doe. I would like to say another first degree, but I will argue with you, Judge, about why it should be a first degree or a second degree, and I'm open to discuss that. So, Nevaeh definitely needs to be in some type of program. It can be a group of prisoners that can come and meet and talk weekly. It can be a psychologist. It can be a counselor. And on top of that, it definitely needs to be medication. But by no shape or form should she be out. She has to go through this in jail. If we let her out, the only thing that will happen is things like this will reoccur, and Star, which she clearly has control of, will come out.